Uma was a good girl. She had a heart full of kindness. Uma loved to help her family and friends. One day, Uma went into the forest. She needed to find herbs for her sick mother. Uma hummed a happy tune as she walked. She felt good about helping her mother. The forest was big and green, stretching endlessly in every direction. It was a place of mystery and wonder where every tree seemed to have a story to tell. Tall trees reached for the sky, their branches intertwining to form a natural cathedral. The sheer height of these ancient sentinels was awe-inspiring. Sunlight made the leaves sparkle like 1,000 tiny diamonds. The light danced through the canopy, creating a mesmerizing play of shadows and light on the forest floor. Uma knew the forest well. She moved with the confidence of someone who had spent countless hours exploring its hidden paths and secret glades. She'd been coming here with her father since she was small. Together, they had discovered the forest's many wonders, from the smallest insects to the grandest trees. But today, the forest felt different. The air was still, almost unnaturally so. It was as if the woods were holding their breath, waiting for something to happen. The only sound was the beating of Uma's own heart. She strained her ears, trying to catch any hint of the usual forest sounds, but there was nothing. The silence was deafening, and it filled her with a sense of unease. Even the small creatures that usually scurried about were nowhere to be seen. It was as if the entire forest had gone into hiding. A slight breeze rustled the leaves, breaking the silence for just a moment. Uma took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. She looked around cautiously, scanning the forest for any signs of movement. The whispering woods had never felt so eerie, so alive, with unseen eyes watching her every move. Despite the fear gnawing at her, Uma felt a surge of determination. She had to find out what was causing this strange stillness. The forest was her home, and she would not let fear keep her from uncovering its secrets. Suddenly, Uma heard a low growl. She froze in her tracks. Her heart pounded in her chest. Two eyes, bright yellow, glowed from the bushes. A large tiger stepped into the path. Uma was trapped. The tiger blocked her path. Fear pulsed through her, cold and sharp. Uma closed her eyes, feeling the gentle breeze on her face and the soft rustle of leaves around her. She remembered her grandmother's words, spoken with a voice full of wisdom and love. "Hope is a light," her grandmother had said, her eyes twinkling with a lifetime of experiences. "It shines brightest in the darkest times, guiding us when we feel lost." Uma took a deep breath, letting the fresh air fill her lungs and calm her racing thoughts. She thought of her mother, waiting for her at home, always believing in her, always encouraging her to be brave. Uma knew she couldn't give up, not now, not ever. She had to keep moving forward. She had to be strong, just like her grandmother had taught her, facing challenges with courage and determination. She had to have hope, a hope that would light her path and lead her through the darkest of times, just as her grandmother's words had promised. Uma closed her eyes tighter, shutting out the world around her. She could feel the darkness pressing in, but she knew she had to focus. She focused all her thoughts on hope, drawing strength from deep within. She remembered the times when hope had been her guiding light. She imagined a bright, warm light growing inside her, starting as a small flicker and then expanding. The light grew stronger, pushing back the shadows. Soon it surrounded Uma like a shining shield, a protective barrier against the encroaching darkness. She felt safe and empowered. The tiger, which had been stalking her, hesitated, backing away from the light. Uma opened her eyes slowly. Seeing the tiger's confusion, the light seemed to weaken it, making the once fearsome creature appear vulnerable. Uma's heart raced, but she stood her ground, knowing the light was her ally. The tiger, now overpowered by the brilliance of the light, began to retreat into the forest. Uma stood tall, her heart filled with relief and newfound courage. As the sunlight broke through the trees, Uma walked away from the forest, a smile of determination on her face. She knew that as long as she held on to hope, she could face any darkness. Uma saw her chance. She ran past the startled tiger as fast as she could. She didn't look back. She ran until the trees thinned and she saw her village in the distance. Uma had escaped. Hope had given her the strength to run. Uma told everyone how hope had saved her. The villagers were amazed by her courage. Uma became a hero. But more importantly, she learned a valuable lesson. Hope is a powerful force. It can give you strength when you need it most. Never give up hope, and you can overcome any challenge.